People who have survived natural disasters. What's your story? I was 12 years old during the 1999 Izmit earthquake in Turkey. My brother Emre was 9. Our parents had gone to a wedding in Ankara that weekend, so we were staying with our grandfather Kemal at his apartment. He was this tough old guy who'd worked in coal mines his entire life. Never talked much, always smelled like cigarettes and soap. August 17th, 3:02 in the morning. I woke up to what sounded like a freight train crashing through the building. The floor wasn't a floor anymore. It was moving like water. I remember grabbing my sheets and then everything just dropped, like someone cut the strings holding us up. The building collapsed in maybe 4 seconds. I counted later in my head. 4 seconds to go from being asleep in bed to buried alive under 6 floors of concrete. When the shaking stopped, I couldn't see anything, not even my hand in front of my face. I tried to move, but something heavy was crushing my legs. I could taste concrete dust in my mouth, choking on it. Then I heard Emre screaming somewhere to my left. He was crying for Mom. That's when I started panicking because I realized we were trapped underground and our parents were 2 hours away. Then I heard Kemal's voice cut through the darkness, calm as hell. "Boys, stop moving. Listen to me." He started singing this weird old song, something about miners going down into the earth. His voice was raspy but steady. He told us that panicking uses up oxygen. He said he'd been in cave-ins before and we just needed to think smart. I heard scraping sounds. He was digging with something metal, testing the debris above him. He kept talking to us the whole time, asking us questions to keep us awake. "Can you wiggle your toes? Can you breathe okay?" The smell of gas was getting stronger, and I thought we were going to explode or suffocate. Emre was crying that his arm hurt really bad. Kemal worked for hours. I couldn't see him, but I could hear him grunting, moving concrete piece by piece. He told us he was following an air current, that there had to be a pocket somewhere. Around hour 3, maybe 4, I felt a hand grab my ankle. He'd tunneled through to me first. He pulled me backwards through this tiny space, scraping my back raw. When I got to where he was, I could finally see a little bit from cracks in the rubble above us. He found Emre next, wedged in this triangle space between a fridge and the wall. His arm was bent wrong and he was screaming. Kemal took off his belt and used it to wrap Emre's arm against a piece of wood. He told Emre to bite down on his shirt, and then he straightened the arm. My brother passed out from the pain. Kemal said we were about 30 feet underground based on how much concrete was above us. He remembered the building next door had an underground garage. If we could dig sideways instead of up, maybe we'd hit a less collapsed area. So he started digging again with this broken pipe he found. His hands were bleeding everywhere, but he didn't stop. I tried to help, but I was useless. My arms felt like noodles. Emre woke up a few times, and Kemal would sing to him again, that same mining song. I asked him what the song meant, and he said it was about miners who dug so deep they found stars underground. Didn't make sense, but it kept us calm. 12 hours of digging. We had no water. My tongue was sticking to the roof of my mouth. Kemal would dig for an hour, rest for 10 minutes, then dig again. At one point, he made me and Emre drink our own pee because he said dehydration kills faster than hunger. I wanted to throw up, but I did it. Then his pipe hit something metal, a car bumper. He started laughing like a crazy person. He smashed the car window with a rock and found a jack in the trunk. He used that jack to lift a huge concrete slab off of us, just enough to squeeze through. By the second evening, we reached this open pocket where we could hear dogs barking, rescue dogs. Kemal started yelling and banging the pipe against the concrete. 20 minutes later, we saw flashlights. They pulled us out one by one. Emre's arm was messed up, but he was breathing. I was covered in cuts and dust. Kemal looked like he'd aged 20 years in 2 days. The rescue guy told us most people don't survive past the first 12 hours because they suffocate or the aftershocks crush them. He asked Kemal how he knew to dig sideways. My grandfather just shrugged and said, "I've been digging out of holes my whole life." We found out later that 60 people died in our building alone. 17,000 dead total in the region. Our parents got to us 3 days later after driving through destroyed highways. My mom didn't stop hugging us for like an hour straight. Kemal never really talked about it afterwards. He went back to his normal life, smoking on the balcony and watching soccer. But Emre and I never forgot.